WIS is your trusted source for 2025 municipal elections, and we're letting you hear from the candidates themselves. And today we're taking a look at the candidates on the ballot in Lexington County.
We start with the town of Chapin, where 4 candidates are running for 2 council seats. Naomi Popa has been speaking to the candidates. Naomi, what are they telling you about their reasoning for running?
Yeah, well, you know what? There are 4 candidates here, and all of them share very similar views on implementing better ways to communicate with their residents. They all expressed and shared the importance of finding a way to help ease traffic and congestion to help support growth in their small town. One of the candidates is a familiar face, Greg White, who is wrapping up his 2nd term. The 3 other candidates are running for office for the first time. Each shared their priorities with me should they be elected.
Looking at doing is really looking at consolidating the efforts to make sure that we have access roads. One of the biggest things is to continue to foster small business development, so we'll have small businesses within the town that kind of keep that small town nature, so that they'll grow and be local businesses that can help the constituents and grow our economy locally.
There needs to be more in-your-face communication, because people don't like to read, they don't like to dig. It needs to be there. So yeah, that with what's going on around Chapin, the projects, where it's at, you know, things like that.
It's just the traffic. It's just from 26 to my house. It takes me 20 minutes every day, and it's just not what I envision for Chapin. I'm not anti-development. I just want to slow things down, assess the situation, and move forward.
Chapin has exploded over the last several years, and it's a concern, not just because of traffic, but because of infrastructure like water, sewer, you know, those types of things, schools especially.
Greg White, Ainsley Bost, and Warren Barrett Jr. spoke on the importance of preserving historical elements of the town of Chapin as it grows, while Jerry Taylor focused heavily on communication and utilizing online sources and social media to keep residents informed on projects and happenings across the town. Now, early voting began yesterday. Election day is November 4th. In addition to the council race, 2 people are now running for mayor following the death of Al.
Today, WIS taking a closer look at the candidates on the ballot in Lexington County, all new at 5. Hearing from those candidates who are running for town council in Irmo.
There are 2 council seats on the ballot with 6 candidates running, including the 2 incumbents.
Our Naomi Popa joins us live after speaking with the candidates today. Naomi, election day right around the corner.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, we've been talking to multiple races, candidates in multiple races across Lexington County. One thing I'd like to note for viewers, most of the things we're hearing from these candidates is the acknowledgement of growth. Lexington County, it's inevitable. They're saying growth is evident. They know about that. And each candidate in Irmo expressed interest in finding measures to help facilitate that growth within the town in a way that doesn't disrupt its infrastructure and roads. Now, Benjamin Batiste stressed the importance of expanding the town's finances and community access with things like sidewalks and green spaces. Following suit, Adam Rayner plans to build a proactive plan that can help address the needs of the town, but asking residents' opinions to help craft that plan. Incumbent Barb Waldman raised the importance of communication and continued use of the town's mixed-use development agreement, and George Frazier expressed interest in working with local law enforcement to create a safe space for families and improve communication.
The things I'd like to see the town enhance is some of our offerings in the park, our activities that we have in the park, as well as opportunities to help out our residents.
I have to go back down to the communication thing and making sure that the residents are involved. I feel like the residents were there in the past, but their voices weren't heard, and I want to bring them back to the table, so to speak, and listen to their concerns.
I think that we actually lack that here in the town of Irmo, getting the citizens' input on day-to-day life and events that happen throughout the town of Irmo.
The thing I would like to implement is, while I really appreciate what Irmo's been doing recently with trying to grow green spaces within the town, I would also like to keep an eye on accessibility to these green spaces and looking at better sidewalk development through the town.
He was not able to meet for an interview. However, when asked what changes he feels are necessary within the town, he told me he plans to strengthen infrastructure, traffic flow, and public utilities to support expanding neighborhoods and suggests a citizen advisory board to give residents continued say in town decisions. Gabriel Penfield, the other incumbent, chose not to do an interview.
Naomi Popa spoke with the 5 candidates running for the 3 town council seats in the town of Lexington. She joins us live. So Naomi, what are some of the issues that are in front of these candidates?
Well, as you can imagine, here in Lexington County, growth is top of mind for many of the individuals who are expressing their desires to these candidates. And after speaking with them, most talked about improvements for their infrastructure. That's a big hot button topic here. And most of the incumbents all emphasize the success that council has had in planning major road improvement projects and plans to address density across the town. While political newcomer Doug Leonard expressed the need for maintenance and preparation for continued growth, he also wishes to provide residents with an inside look at the town's finances, proposing an easily accessible webpage for residents to see monthly expenses. Greg Brewer, who has lived in the town for years, wants the town to run like a business, saying growth needs to pay for growth. Take a listen to just some of many of the things each of the candidates had to say about their campaign.
This will be a 100% on transportation and on water and sewer infrastructure. Our current council and myself, certainly, we do have some appetite to try to pull a park out of the ground on the east side of town.
Well, when it comes to traffic, I mean, we've got to make up for lost time when it comes to roads, traffic, and capacity. I mean, that's just the truth of the situation. So in order to do that, we've got to prioritize maintenance. We're going to have to make sure that we're taking a lot of deferred maintenance is the truth.
I have had 2 terms prior after that on council, and every time I've ran, I've always said I just want to serve. I don't have an agenda. I don't have any hidden items. I don't work for anyone that could benefit from me being on council.
I think that we should require a 10,890 square foot lot size. That would make it a true quarter-acre lot size. That way, only 4 homes can truly be built per acre, rather than some of the fuzzy math that's done. When neighborhoods are being built.
We need to have maximum transparency, not only financially, but operationally. The public should see fully where every single project is in real time, reported and tracked. There needs to be a scorecard.
Early voting began yesterday. Election day is November 4th. You can learn more about these candidates on our website, as well as the other candidates I previewed at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock with the town of Irmo and the town of Chapin on our website at WISTV.com. For now, with WIS, I'm Naomi Popa.